Hello, hello, it's Coyote Christina, surfer, author, dream weaver, and we are entering week 5 of the Amazed and Amused campaign. I can't believe it. Almost a month has gone by. Let's see, it's Sunday, July 6th. Launched the campaign on June 8th. Originally I was going to go through 8/8, but I think I'm going to extend through 8/12 because the Lionsgate portal. The main day is on 8/8, but it's open from 7/26 or 7/28 till August 12th. So I think I'll keep the campaign open during that time, and we'll learn more about the Lionsgate portal. I just learned about it, I think, last year. I just think it's fun stuff, and it makes me more intentional about what I want to do and planning for the steps to take to build towards the life of my dreams. So share it with you, and you can do the same, is the hope. Okay, so we are on Sunday, and Sunday is kind of the overview day. So gonna look back at the past week, at week 4, at what we kind of summarize what we covered, and then do an overview for what we're gonna look at in week 5. So let's see, last week on Monday, we did our movement Monday. We did the cat-cow pose, the tabletop pose, which is a stabilization pose, and I felt like it was just a good pose to do during week 4 to keep us grounded in our bodies. It activates the 5 chakras located in our torso, starting with our first chakra, root chakra at the base of the torso, our sacral chakra in the pelvic area, our solar plexus chakra, which is right behind the belly button, our heart chakra here and our heart center, and then our throat chakra and our throats. So activates all those, but it's mainly focused on the first and second chakra. And as we progress on our journey and in the campaign, the journey to joy, want to make sure we're firmly grounded in our bodies and firmly feeling safe and secure, as well as having a good hold on our emotions and sensations, the feelings of the second chakra. And then Tuesday, we began to step into the faith light and talk about the faith section of the realization stage of the journey. When we step into the faith light, we have elk, porcupine, grouse, antelope, and black panther to support us. So we looked a little bit at each of those animal guides and their medicine. Then on Wednesday, we looked at the chakras, our 3rd and 4th chakra, and how our goal for the stage is a healthy ego, which means we need a balanced sense of self housed in our 3rd chakra. So our 3rd chakra is our right to act, and it is based in our identity. So our ego, our self identity and ego, and want to build our awareness to a level where we're making conscious choices. We're not just reacting, or we're not just taking orders from outside and obeying. We have a strong enough 3rd chakra that can balance our emotions and then take in information, but set the proper boundaries so that we're deciding for ourselves if that is good information for us. So that helps us realize when we're acting out of habit, identify unhealthy coping mechanisms, and create the space needed to respond to situations instead of just reacting in knee-jerk ways. And then as we move towards the end of the week, we got closer to winding up the realization stage and moving into the relation stage. So we talked about, at the very end of the week, we talked about no more drama, which is the last section of the realization stage. And then we went into just an overview of the relation stage, which has what is, empowerment, and paradox are the 3 sections of the realization stage. And for what is, we have turtle, mountain lion, armadillo, and prairie dog to help us establish what is and be happy in the here and now. We move from taking ownership of where we are to being able to relate in new ways, just exist in new ways and relate to others in new ways. And the key there is to relate to ourselves. So to have a strong 4th chakra, it is about our social identity, but to have good relations with others, we have to love ourselves and have a good relationship with self as well. So the key concepts of the realization stage is that we must make peace with ourselves before the gateway to the relation stage and new ways of being and new ways of relating open up to us. For conscious choice, it was that ability to respond instead of reacting, taking that time to be like, is that a conscious choice, or is that just a habitual way that I deal with this situation that's probably a lot of times not very healthy? And faith was one of the most exciting things, I think, is the whole we've learned to use our body's knowing to supersede the mind, so that when we fall back into that doubt and those learned associations or faulty based assumptions that we're unlovable or we're not worthy, and those doubts and fears come up and tell us, don't do it, go hide, you're not worth it, we can use our bodies and we can take action, and we move in a different way. We do a different thing in response to an old stimulus or old way of thinking. And that way our body supersedes our mind and opens up a whole new way of being in the world. And then the no more drama, which ties very closely to that body and the mind. Because I know when I first started to become more conscious and more aware, and I had these new theories and beliefs and this take it or leave it, and I'm not going to bend myself anymore, and then I would like a guy in a relationship and I'd be like, okay, what do you want me to do? All of a sudden I was right back into the old me instead of the take it or leave it. This is how I am and I'm going to stand up for myself. It's all a learning process. So that's the realization stage and the different sections. An overview of this week is that we're going to go into the relation stage. New ways of being and new ways of relating. It's going to be grounded in our heart chakra, in love for self and acting in ways that show that we love ourselves, and so we can be compassionate with ourselves, so we can be compassionate with others. The skill set is healthy ways of being and relating in the world. Our goals are gratitude. First, we want the gratitude, and that's the what is, being thankful for what is right here and now. And it's an abundance mindset it gets us to. It's ability to be present in the moment, and that frees us from all other moments. And that's where empowerment is really housed. You might think that power might be force and authority, but it's just a change in perception and a way of perceiving and understanding that we have the power to define ourselves. We don't have to be defined by outward sources. And that's more about understanding and perceiving that and then putting it into an action. And then our ability to see in the last portion, the paradox section of the relation stage, is once again kind of going back to the ability to see from different perspectives and the way to transcend duality. So right, wrong, doesn't have to be necessarily right, wrong. We can go with our heart and understand at a new level that goes beyond duality, and even come up into our upper chakras and into our third eye chakra up here between our eyes. So just a little overview of each of the stages that we're going to be talking about. What is, we'll have hawks. We'll have hawk and lynx. If you combine them, it's hawk, I don't know what I just said. What is hawk, lynx, squirrel, and wild boar? We have learned to embrace the unknown with the medicine of Black Panther during the realization stage. And now we are ready to appreciate what is, the here and now, as we begin the relation stage. Calling hawk, lynx, squirrel, and wild boar to our side will guide us along this leg of the journey, and we will learn to stay firmly grounded in the present moment while simultaneously learning to fly. And then we'll go into an empowerment, and we'll have moose, bear, badger, and tiger to support us during the empowerment stage. And when we call moose, bear, fox, badger, and tiger to our side, they give us the right combination of self-worth, contemplation, observation, boldness, and determination to embrace our inner power and work to build the life of our dreams, laying claim to our birthright of joy that lands us on the shores of the graces. And then we come into the paradox section, and we have skunk, wolf, dragonfly, and alligator to guide us during the paradox section of the relation stage. And we know we have entered the paradox section of the journey when our theories and mantras are clear and simple, but taking action that aligns with these untested theories borders on terrifying. The good news is that we are learning not to go down the rabbit hole, our own or other people's. We have little interest in escapes, besides maybe a bit of nostalgia here and there, because we are too busy enjoying what is, and so we keep ourselves in the here and now, and we move forward despite the doubts that still come up. So that is an overview of the week to come. Tomorrow is Movement Monday. Please join us. We're going to do the yoga, 3-part yoga breath. And I haven't decided the yoga pose we're going to do yet. I haven't decided. I was going to maybe do one of my favorite poses, but then I was thinking maybe I should do one that's more aligns more closely with the 3-part yoga breath. So wait and see. Join tomorrow. Signing off, Coyote Christina. Week 5 is starting, and I don't know what I was thinking last night. I said we are in week 4 and halfway through. We'd be halfway through the campaign, but like 4 plus 4 is 8, and it's a 9-week campaign plus a few days. So really, this week is when we'll be halfway through. Gotta work on my math skills. All right, thanks for joining tonight. Please send any comments, questions, suggestions. Would love to hear from you. Go to Substack and subscribe. You can see the full video or all the weeks, all the days from the past 4 weeks. Or go to my website, tkcdreams.net. Right there on the landing page, you can go and learn more about the campaign. And you can order my book, order Amazed and Amused. It's my 2nd book and doing a pre-sale, so would love if you decided to order it. Thanks. Bye-bye.